Welcome! So the Toronto Maple Leafs acquired Jared McCann from the Pittsburgh Penguins in exchange for a 7th round draft pick and prospect Filip Hallander. Let's touch on Filip Hallander. Now, he's never played in North America. He was actually originally drafted by the Penguins in 2018, 58th overall in the 2nd round. He's Swedish, 6'2", 188 pounds, and in 51 games in the SHL this past season, he had 13 goals, 24 points, and a -1. In the Hockey News magazine 2019-20 yearbook, they ranked him as Pittsburgh's 9th overall top 10 prospect, and they call him a competitive two-way forward who works hard on the forecheck and backcheck, a bottom 6 outlook. I think the Penguins were probably going to lose him anyways to the Kraken, so they got at least something, but this is a great move for the Maple Leafs. What a steal. Jared McCann, he has one more year left on his contract at $2.94 million. Then he becomes an RFA with arbitration rights. Now, he can play center or left wing. He's a left shot. He's only 25 years old. His birthday's in May. He's from Stratford, Ontario, Canada, 6'1", 185 pounds. He can play center, but when the Penguins acquired Jeff Carter from LA, he was bumped to the wing. He's not that good at faceoffs anyways, but he's got terrific analytic metrics. If you go to my Twitter account at Hockey Crash Test, you'll see I retweeted some of the professionals' analytic opinions about him with charts. For example, at JFresh Hockey, they have him on the defensive side of things ranked at 92% and on the offensive side at 55%. But he's no pushover offensively either, because if we look at his regular season stats with the Penguins, he was their 4th best goal scorer and point getter. He had, in 43 games, 14 goals, 32 points, and was a +17 best on the team. He had about just under a 44% face-off win rate, which isn't terrific, and he averaged around just over 14 minutes per game. In the playoffs, he only played 6 games, of course, like everyone else there. He only had 1 point, 1 assist, and he averaged, again, 14 minutes. He was 100% in the face-off dot, but he probably didn't end up there much. But he did score a lot during the regular season. If you look at his shooting percentage, it's probably going to come down because it was around 15.1%. So that will come down, but he has potential to score anywhere from 12 to 15 goals if he slots on the 3rd line somewhere, which I think is what's going to happen. Let's talk about what the Leafs will do with the expansion draft and who they're now going to protect, because it'll probably be a 7-3-1 scenario where they're protecting 7 forwards, 3 defensemen, 1 goalie. So let's peek at this. They're obviously protecting from the forward bunch, Matthews, Tavares, Nylander, Marner, and the recently acquired Jared McCann. I think they may keep Kerfoot too, and then either try and flip him as soon as they can, or because they're losing Zach Hyman, try and slot him in the top 6 on the left wing, which he seemed more effective in doing. Probably with Tavares alongside him and Nylander. Then the 7th player, I imagine they protect either 1F, Mikheyev, or Engvall. And then from the defense, they probably protect Muzzin, Riley, and Brody, leaving Hall and Dermott available. Now, Hackstall, who's now the coach of the Seattle Kraken, who was the PK and defensive zone coach, assistant coach for the Toronto Maple Leafs, could very well go after one of their defensemen, Hall or Morgan Riley, or Travis Dermott. Now, Hall's signed for 2 more years at $2 million per, Dermott for 2 more at 1.5, but I'll digress on that. That's another video. The lineup, what could it look like? And I'm going to keep Kerfoot in it for the sake of argument here. So I think Kerfoot obviously slides in with Tavares and Nylander, maybe even Matthews and Marner, and then Jared McCann, I see him being as the either center or more likely left winger on that 3rd line, that shutdown line, with Engvall as the centerman and Mikheyev as the right winger. And then, of course, the 4th line will most likely be Brooks, Simmons, and Spezza. So there you have it. I would love to hear from you, especially you Leaf fans, what you think of this trade down in the comment section below. Where do you think McCann's going to play? Who do you think the Leafs are going to protect in the expansion draft? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, which will alert you when my next video comes out. And please, remember to be kind to each other out there in this crazy world we're living in today, and I'll see you soon.